it's really important to document your processes, right? You get up and you run your business every day. And if you're a solopreneur and you're running your business, you know what you do. You've got it down. You don't really have to go look at a document and look at, okay, oh, here's my checklist of things I need to do today. You just know. You get up and you do it. Why? Because you're in it. You're living it. You're breathing it. You dream about it at night. But the problem is that if something happens to you, who can pick this up and run with it? If you got a family that you're taking care of, and this business is providing income to your family, and something happens to you, God forbid you get hit by a bus or whatever, then can your family pick up and run with this and still get the income from it? It's all about really documenting what you do. Here's where all the passwords are. Here's how I get it. Here's how I get into this. Here are the ways that I buy. It's all about documenting processes. And it's protecting, it's de-risking your business, right? If something happens to me, somebody can do this. The other thing that it does, and there's several things that it does here. Second thing that it does is when it's time to hire new people, you don't have to have them sit over your shoulder for 2 weeks and watch how I do this. Here's how I do this. Here is the list of the things that I do. Go do these things. I'm going to let you watch me today, but then tomorrow you're actually being productive. It cuts the time if you decide to grow and expand your business. It cuts the time that it takes to go out and train people to be able to do the things that you do. Very important. Now, third, and most importantly here, is it makes everything consistent. So let's say that you started this out as a solopreneur, and now you've got 10 people working for you, and everybody learned with OJT, on the job training, and now they all do things differently. Well, that is not a sustainable operating model. If it keeps everybody consistent, you're doing everything the same way. And if something happens to Johnny, Susie can start doing it tomorrow because we know exactly how we're doing things. And then fourth and finally, documenting processes just makes companies more valuable. Hear me on that. If you hear nothing else, hear me on that. It makes companies more valuable. Let me give you a great example. We had a business that was a tiny little business in a big market, but we were just a tiny little business. But we had bulletproof processes, and we could outmaneuver the big guys in our space, 10-1. I mean, we were much more efficient than the big guys were. We knew it. We were very agile, and we had everything very documented. And we got an unsolicited offer to sell that business, or to sell it to one of the big players. And as we were going through the negotiations, it became apparent to me that they had no interest in our revenue. They could care less. We were a gnat, right? I mean, we were a drop in the bucket to them. What they wanted was, they knew that we were more efficient than they were. They knew that we had great processes for doing everything. And so that's why they wanted to buy us. And the businesses in that space were trading at typically 3 to 6 times earnings, right? Because most businesses trade on earnings. Let's just be clear about that. It may be different in e-commerce, but that's been my
Nope, that's accurate. Yeah, we trade on earnings.
So you got to be profitable. And that space was trading 3 to 6 times. We got 22 times earnings for that business. Why? Because I understood what the lever was. They wanted our processes. They wanted our culture. They wanted to be a more agile company. The only way to get access to that was to buy the whole company and pay a premium. Now, please don't use that as an example. Gosh, I document my processes and now I can get 22 times. Point is a well-documented business always gets a higher multiple than a business that just runs by the seat of the pants, or gets up and I know what I'm doing, and so I just go do it. It always gets a higher multiple. So go do that. It makes the owner makes the business less dependent on the owner, right? Yeah. To go out and do it. So
absolutely. Yeah, a couple things there. Absolutely. This is often overlooked. It doesn't have to be complicated. As a part of the listing process at Website Closers, we ask you, like literally there's a Q&A that you fill out when we get engaged in your listing, and it's what's your daily activities? What are you doing? That's a starting point. So you list out bullet point what it is that you're doing. and there's no getting around this. If you sell the business, you have to transition the business. You've got to teach the next the oncoming buyer, how you're doing what you're doing. So a really easy way to do this at your own pace is just do some Loom videos or record some videos of you, capture your screen, talk, out loud, just do play by play of what you're doing, whether you're ordering inventory, how you're deciding how much inventory to order. What do you have a little calculation that you do? Do you have a little spreadsheet that you use? What tools are you using when you're going through that process? If you're checking on your advertising, what system are you logging into? What KPIs are you looking at? How are you adjusting? Then how do you communicate if it's something that you're using an external agency or an affiliate or somebody? What are you communicating to them? How are you relaying back feedback to them? All that sort of stuff can be recorded. You don't have to type all this stuff up. What's great to do is to create like a written table of contents with links to videos. That's really helpful for the buyer. In interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?